The experience, overall experience, I think was fun and engaging and something new for a lot of the campers. I think with the COVID years that we had to deal with, getting back into an environment where you're spending all day with others in groups, especially in a setting like Liberty where we not only focus on the developmental aspect on ice and off ice, but the spiritual building relationship aspect is super neat, and I think just once again just speaking to a lot of the kids was just an amazing time.
This was the first time we kind of had just Bantams as their own camp. In the past few years it's been a pretty big and pretty popular one, so let's give them their attention. And so we had a little over 50 campers here in that Bantam age group, and it's such a fun age, unique age. You know, they're going through a lot, I think, in life. But that's why I think it is really important to get them here, pour into them, you know, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, all that.
My involvement with the camp this year and years past is predominantly on the power skating aspect, and therefore I do whatever I can to bring in games that have to focus in on edging, turning, crossovers, you know, the acceleration portion. And so once again, at the end of the day, they're leaving camp with a skill that they further advanced and hopefully will transition to their upcoming seasons.
We want to make sure we're super intentional with these guys. Like, we want to get them on the ice, you know, at least twice a day. So, you know, the first mornings are mainly breaking into skill development. Second on ice is mainly concepts, small area games, battle drills, things like that. Also getting them with our strength conditioning coaches, getting off ice training, whether it's the stick handling, whether that's working on their broad jump, speed, strength, all that as well too, because it's a huge part of the game nowadays. You know, I want to make sure that we also have, I would say, coaches' corners or chalk talks with them. Teach them the game, break down some film and video, talk about the mental side of the game as well. And then of course, you know, especially being here at Liberty, but we want to break into their hearts a little bit, right? We want to get into those small groups and open up God's Word. And so we actually did small groups with our counselors and our campers this year versus just kind of preaching to them in a big chapel setting. So we thought that opened up the door to a lot of intentional conversations and questions, and it was awesome. 4 kids gave their life to the Lord, so it's great.
The biggest goal for us as counselors or you know, I guess camp staff is to build those relationships, right? And being intentional and wanting to see that growth and showing the kids that, hey, we care about you as a person beyond the ice, because there's a bigger purpose for us. And I think through our actions, you know, they start telling their friends or you know, the interactions we have with the parents, which, you know, I can recall having many. They're so excited for what their kids are coming home and telling them about their experiences, and that kind of has a ripple effect. We're thrilled that we have kids coming back each and every year, whether that's, you know, starting them at Mites, and then, you know, 3 years from now they're coming to the Bantam camp, and, you know, the next year they're coming to the U16 and the development camp, and then, you know what, maybe one year they'll eventually play here at Liberty. And I know we've seen that in a couple players full circle now, which I think is really cool. So we'll continue to have those conversations and, you know, each year try to make it bigger and better.